take a look around and find somebody to War Eagle. It's showtime.
Holy cow! Oh my God!
Well, hello there, Auburn, Alabama, and all points around the globe where War Eagle can be heard and returned with joy, particularly on that venerable hillside at Heisman and Donahue, where tomorrow afternoon the preseason kickoff will begin at noon. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day, good morrow to you. And as always, I hope this message finds you truly well and joyful and that you are making slashes on your calendar, baby. As we are 7 days in a wake up from real life Auburn football. No more camp. No more position battles. No more speculation. It is on. For realsies. Yes, indeed. Hello, consumers of Auburn Broadcast Transmissions, and welcome to Auburn Stuff, the variety show podcast where we discuss the philosophy of life in orange and blue, and whatever else may cross my wake that piques my interest. Hopefully you will find it entertaining and informative. And as we scan the download scape, warm greetings we extend to our listeners from Whippoorwill Estates to Woodland Hills, down in Key West, Florida, Cahueso, way up in Kalispell, Montana, where it is probably a crispy 50 degrees right now. Delightful. Talk about football weather. Up in Eau Claire, Wisconsin, Morristown, New Jersey, and Stirling, Scotland in the UK, although it may not be the UK very much longer, according to speculation, if you can believe anything you see these days. Thank you all for joining the fun as I sit behind this microphone. It is Friday, August 27, and the time in the Eastern time zone is 11:33, approaching 11:34, making it 10:33 in the Central time zone, etc., etc. And as we scan our data, the current weather at College and Magnolia is 82 and humid. Do you really need to put humid in the description of the weather when you're talking about our region? Humid. It's always humid, dude. That's a given. That's like when you drive past the motel and hotel signs that still say flat screen TV. Is that even a thing? Oh, Gert, look, they got flat screen TVs. Ain't never seen one of them before. Gee, far. Anyway, pretty standard weather on the rolling hills and plains of southeastern Alabama. And hope you are having, as I said, a joyful day as you prepare for the final weekend without real-life Auburn football, minus bye weeks for quite some time. Take this moment right now and grab it and appreciate it for what it is, the anticipation, that's something we've lost in our culture, anticipation, because we can get things delivered. I actually ordered something on Amazon yesterday morning that was delivered yesterday afternoon. That's ridiculous. It's pretty cool, but it's ridiculous. And it's dulled our senses. There's no anticipation in this world of anything. Nothing. Kids don't give a shit about Christmas anymore because you spoil them. You give them crap every day. And you're killing them. Anyway, I don't want to get down that little tangential diatribe. But appreciate this time, this calm before the storm, for what it is. If you're able to get over to the preseason kickoff festivities with the family activities and the open practice and all that good stuff, do yourself a favor and do that, because you know what is going to happen when we kick off next Saturday evening. It is a bullet train ride to the end of the season, and it just gets away from you. So all the joy you feel right now about the upcoming season, hold on to that feeling, because it's going to run away from you. Anyway, yeah, hey, surprise! Here I am, back behind the microphone so soon after the last episode. It's only been, 3 days? But wanted to jump in here and give a reminder of the live broadcast of Auburn Stuff coming up on Sunday afternoon at 4 Eastern, 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 Central, etc. as you trot around the descending time zones until you hit the international date line, and then they start counting up. But anyway, be there. Download the Podbean app. If you do not have it, create yourself a free account. Follow, likes, etc. Auburn Stuff. Hit the little bell. Get a reminder. We go live. Participate in the frivolity. You can call into the show straight from the app. You can hit the chat, or you can just chill and listen to me struggle to hold a live show together. So hopefully we'll get more than one or two of you to show up. It's going to be fun. Be there. And share. Share the news. Tell somebody. Tell one of your friends that has similar interests. Jump in there. What else? On game day, on Saturday, as I've mentioned on the last episode, I will be next Saturday, not this Saturday. I can't jump over there tomorrow. It's a 5-hour drive for me. But next Saturday, game day. Opening day of the Brian Harsin era. I will be there. And I'm trying to figure out what the hell I was going to do with my time, because I'm going to arrive in town. I'm staying a little outside of town. So I think I'm going to come in Friday afternoon, hit campus, get some, grab an early dinner. Get my run in. Do a couple of laps around campus and soak in the first Friday pregame vibe of the season and of the new era, the new hope on the horizon. Well, the horizon is right here. So I'm going to take that in, and then Saturday, I'm going to get in, eat some breakfast, probably hit Big Blue Bagel. If you're around, pop your head in and look for me, unless you have ill intent. Sit down, have some coffee and some bagels and eggs with me. And I'm going to probably stroll throughout. Actually, I'm going to park as soon as I can park. I will be parked. Here we go with an announcement. Taking putting my safety, my personal safety, my PERSEC in jeopardy. Although, ironically, I will be parked at the campus safety lot. So if you want to stroll on by. I'm going to try to do all the things that are at my disposal. I'm going to probably do some kind of a live podcast. I'll definitely be recording some stuff along the way. Probably, from Tiger Walk, from my little ersatz one-man tailgate from the back of my car in the campus safety lot. And then, I don't know, I'll see if I can sneak my little lavalier lapel mic into the stadium, and maybe I'll do a little something at pregame and at kickoff. I want to sit back and enjoy the game and, of course, make note of what the heck is going on and all that, so I can come back to you and tell you what I thought about it. So keep your eyes and ears peeled for all of that good stuff. I might do, I'll do a YouTube video. I can't do a live thing because apparently you have to have 1,000 subscribers for that, and I don't think I have any because I haven't really used that medium. So I'll do that and upload something there from my little tailgate spot and maybe various places around town. But I'll be on campus all day. And I don't know how to deal with this, but I do actually have a couple of extra tickets. So maybe if you participate in the live podcast this Sunday, if you can bring, 10 people into the live podcast, I'll give the tickets away to you. I don't even know how to do that. I have them. They're digital. They're on my phone. So maybe I can just airdrop them to you, or you can just walk in the stadium with me. But I have those, and I don't want them to go to waste. Various folks couldn't make it because of, life. And so I have these two extras. They're on the Upper East Side, so you'll be staring into the sun for an hour or so, but it won't be that bad. And you just go stand on the ramps anyway. That's what I do in the shade. So there's all that. And now, the big news. The very big news is announced that we being the Auburn Tigers, it's okay to say we, y'all. Unless you are a demented sociopath that actually thinks you are a part of the team. You see, most of us, 99.999% of us, when we say we mean it in just a general family sense, an identification sense, not that we're part of the team. So chill out. Anyway, we have an O-line too deep. Offensive line too deep has been announced. Hallelujah. This may be the darkest mystery in the history of sport, and will forever be known to us as what the hell happened with our offensive line? That's the thing that we're going to ask ourselves forever. I mean, maybe Auburn historically hasn't been, Wisconsin or one of those teams that always seems to have, road graders at O-line, but we have all historically in my lifetime had at least quality, serviceable offensive lines, at least. And at most, devastating offensive lines. So what happened? Recruiting, coaching. I think the answer is yes to all of the above. But this, of all the things in all the world to neglect as a football establishment, a program, a coach in charge of the successful execution of your scheme, of all the things, of all the position groups to neglect on the field. It came down to the O-line. You cannot. First of all, this is Auburn. This is not, I don't know, Louisville or Syracuse. You have the resources to recruit top flight offensive linemen. You are 2 hours up down the road from a wealth of talent. Now, you can't get them all. You're also surrounded by Georgia, Alabama, Florida State, Tennessee-ish. So you got those schools in your immediate vicinity. You can't get them all. But you also can't get none of them. That's not a thing that can happen. But it happened. Or did it? Maybe we got diamonds in the rough. Maybe the recruiting was better than it looked, but the coaching was just that bad. Or the coaching combined with the deep breaths. The coaching combined with the scheme that they were trying to run was not conducive to coherent offensive line play. When you're running 4 go routes or 3 go routes and an out, and everyone on the defense knows it, and they're bum rushing you, maybe that's not conducive to quality sustained blocking. Although, you know what? If you break it down, you will see some quality sustained blocking from some of these plays, from a lot of these plays that broke down last year and on back. And we've been told and we've seen that even this group, the last 2-3 years, including this year, is pretty decent at run blocking. So, having said that, what the hell? We currently have 20 dudes listed at O-line on the roster. 11 of them juniors and seniors. And it's been this much of a struggle to piece together a 2-deep. I got a hard time believing that. I really do. Because regardless of the narrative that's being jammed down your throat by the ridiculous air quotes media, that this head coach and coaching staff, they're lost, they're behind, they don't know how to recruit this area, they don't know anybody here, they don't bullshit. This entire staff has history of success. So honestly, maybe the coaches have been sandbagging the league. Would you find that all that hard to believe when we get halfway through the season and we all look around at each other and go, damn, this offensive line is pretty good, relatively speaking, to what we have been told, to the narrative that's been shoved down our throats? Would you be surprised if that happened? Not I. So anyway, here we go. Starting on the left side at tackle, Austin Troxell. He of the, 97 knee surgeries. God bless you, Austin Troxell. I hope you stay healthy, brother. So Trox is 6'7", is a 6'7", 305 senior, and behind him at left tackle is Killian Zyra, 6'7", 298 junior. That guy's been a mystery, right? Brought him in from Germany. Got to be this massive offensive lineman, and he just fucking disappeared for 2-3 years? Typical. That is so typical of some. You know what? I'm not going to go down that road. Players who got disappeared. Players about whom we were excited who got disappeared. Anyway, moving on to left guard. Brandon Council is your starter. 6'4", 335 senior. Alec Jackson behind him. 6'5", 323. What's Alec Jackson, a junior or senior? Shit, I didn't write that down. My bad. At center, Nick Brahms. Lots of experience there. 6'4", 302 senior. And behind him, Jaleel Irvin, 6'3", 319 junior. Moving over to right guard, Keandre Jones, 6'4", 345 sophomore. Tayshawn Manning, 6'4", 335 senior behind him. And then we got Cam Stutz as a third right guard listed at 6'5", 337, and he's a junior. And then on the right side, the man who, I don't know if there's been anybody ever in the history of Auburn sports for whom you should be rooting for good things. Not only because he has maybe one of the greatest names in the history of sports, but also everything he went through to get where he's at right now. Whatever happens in your future, Brodarius Ham, brother, you got character, you got guts, you got resilience. And I love you for that. So your starting right tackle is Broham, 6'6", 334 senior. And behind him, Brendan Coffey, 6'7", 292 senior. So you have all juniors and seniors except for Keandre Jones, which means that you have experience. You have plenty of starts across this line here and some backup work as well. So you got plenty of snaps here. You also have plenty of experience. Starters, senior, 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 sophomore, senior. Backing them up, junior, senior, junior, junior, senior. Plenty of experience. So that brings me back around to that question again. Is it even possible that these guys are as, I don't know, mediocre as we've been told, that it's been this much of a struggle to put this group together? And keeping in mind that what we've been told all along about cross-training, which is something I've been hollering about for years and years and years. Why do you teach a guy to do one goddamn thing and then leave yourself a hole in case of injury or underperformance? Anyway, lots of experience across here. This looks, I guess it's counterintuitive to say, given everything that's been beat into our heads and beat into our retinas for the last few years. But, I mean, this looks pretty good here. First of all, they're all huge, and I know that is not the end-all, be-all, but it starts there. As we've talked about for a long time, the most key quality, well, the two most key qualities of an offensive lineman are smarts and the ability and the willingness to line up against somebody for 60 minutes and 80-ish snaps and knock their dick in the dirt every goddamn play and get up and do it again every time. You got to be mean. You got to be a dog. And that's what makes a successful offensive lineman. So I'm looking forward to seeing how these guys are going to do. And they got a week of practice ahead of them and prep for Akron. But we'll see. As an aside, I hope to see something that we didn't see the last 8 years, which was lots of dudes playing. When the game's in hand, reps. Get everybody reps. Now, I know that your starters need these reps. I get that. I understand. I'm not stupid, but everybody needs reps. Get them in there from the quarterbacks all the way down. Well, at least 3 of them. I don't care about the walk-ons and these other guys and whatever. But Bo, TJ, and Dede all need reps in this first game and the second game. I forget who we're playing. Alabama State, something. I don't know. Whatever. Doesn't matter. So you have a week of game prep for Akron. Then you have the game. Then you have another week of prep and then another game against a practice squad. And then it's on. Another week of practice in Penn State. So by then, either this group is going to gel or they're going to be moving the pieces around. But either way, a lot of reps is what I think you're going to see, because this coaching staff is competent and they desire to win. And winning requires that you do whatever in the world is required to win within the scope and rules of the game. You don't handcuff yourself by boxing yourself in with scheme and philosophy. That is not how you do it. So that's your O-line. Let's all look forward to great things out of these guys, to being pleasantly surprised. Quarterback. Is Bo TJ really a thing? And Dede, as we keep hearing great things about, and someone please get on the ball and get Mr. Davis to say his name for us. Demetrius. I'm not settling on one until I hear him say it, or his mama. Anyway, but so we keep hearing reports that Bo has been iffy in scrimmages, and that TJ has been coming on and pushing him, and that Dede has been shining for a freshman, a true freshman. And I've gone back and forth with this issue, starting with the episode I did about what the hell are we even doing bringing TJ Finley in here, to reconciling that, understanding what the hell is going on, having to shift my thought process, reboot, and realize that after suffering through what we suffered through, the various psychological syndromes that we were dragged through, figuring out what the hell we were doing with the last few years. I'm trying to step lightly here because I don't want to keep talking about the past. But anyway, what I came to realize, which I should have realized, I should have known right off the bat, but it took me a minute, was that this staff is going to bring in the best talent they can bring in, and whoever the hell is the best for the position is going to start. And I believe that. So TJ Finley, is it going to surprise? Will it surprise you to see him starting against Akron? Yeah, I think it would take something really just bad practices. It wouldn't stun me if I saw him come out starting at quarterback against Akron. Wouldn't stun me. I'd be a little surprised. Look at that shit. But if someone besides Bo, and everybody's been saying this, so this is nothing revelatory. If somebody besides Bo is starting after the Penn State game, not going to be surprised at all. I want Bo Nix to be the badass that we thought he was going to be. But I want Auburn football to win, and I want the best players being at the best position. The guys who are most capable of victory and execution. That's who I want playing. So, quarterback. That is that. Now, apparently, our defense, yes indeed, is just that fierce. So take what we've heard from the scrimmages to heart, and hope that the offense has been struggling, because the defense is just that badass. And there's been lots of talk about the secondary and the linebackers. And really, it's ridiculous. Donovan Kaufman, Diane Puckett, Darius Tennyson by Darius Knighton, Smoke Monday, Devin Geis even, Amari Harvey. Drayshawn Miller, Malcolm Maskew's in there, Nehemiah Pritchett, Roger McCreary, Jalen Simpson. Deep. Remember all the gnashing of teeth and clutching of pearls and wringing of hands about bringing these transfers in? Oh my God, are we bringing in too many cornerbacks? Guys are going to transfer. No. And first of all, dudes don't want to play 80 snaps anymore. You don't. That's not the path to the NFL. Playing until you die. And second of all, these guys want to win. And how you win is having the most talent available possible. And then there's this group. The linebackers. Owen Papo, Zacoby McClain, Chandler Wooten, add in guys like Wesley Steiner, Joko Willis, Cam Riley. Come on. Nasty. But lately, we've been hearing a lot of talk, even though there was some turnover at this position group, being the defensive line in general. Derek Hall, Romello Height, Akuliota, TD, come on, baby. Are you TD Moultrie and Brodarius Ham? Are you pulling for two guys any more than those two to have great senior years? Zeke Walker, Lee Hunter, Dre Butler, Jeremiah Wright, JJ Pegues, Tony Fair, Colby Wooden, Caleb Johnson, Daniel Foster Allen. So, in other words, and Derek Mason. In other words, I think it's clear that the defense is talented and in good hands. But here's the question you have to ask. Will it matter? Because there's teams scoring an awful lot of points. And when you look at a team that has NFL receivers all over the field and tight ends and offensive linemen, at some point you're going to hope that put it this way, a great day on defense against a lot of these teams, these high octane offenses, is not 10 points anymore. It might be 27. It might be 35. So, can you outscore them? And maybe if this defense is so lights out as to average in SEC play and Power 5, so Penn State and SEC, if they're good enough to hold opponents to an average of, let's say 24, is that enough? Now, that's going to win because it's not going to be everybody. So maybe in Ole Miss, dude, I don't believe Lane Kiffin is a shit biscuit. Yeah, they can score some points. I just don't believe in the efficacy of their program. So whatever. Fuck off. But that other team to the northwest, I don't know. We'll see. They haven't seemed to have trouble scoring points the last few years. So we'll see. We'll see if they have enough talent to just light up the scoreboard again. But you're going to be able to hold with this defense should be able to hold LSU, Mississippi State, Arkansas, South Carolina, and I'm going to throw Georgia in this group. I don't think Georgia has never lit scoreboards up. And I don't have schedule in front of me, so whatever. Those teams, and you're not even talking about the Akrons of the world. They're going to be able to hold this. Okay, this defense on paper and by practice and scrimmage results should be able to hold those teams under 21 points. You're going to be able to score 24, 27, 28, 30. I think they can, because I don't think this we keep hearing reports about this staff is going to keep the offense simple. That doesn't mean it's not going to be effective. Okay? The KISS principle, keep it simple, stupid, has been a thing since the dawn of man for a reason. You utilize all the tools at your disposal, and you use them efficiently and wisely. And you employ them and deploy them in schemes that maximize their talents, and you're going to be okay. You're going to be fine. Can you score 40 or 50 to win a game against somebody like potentially Ole Miss or potentially Alabama? Don't know. But I've been on record saying that this team is going to win more games than you think it's going to win. One thing that I guarantee you, I promise you, you will not see out of a Brian Harsin coached Auburn football team is a blasé attitude, a laissez-faire attitude towards practice or performance. You're not going to see any surrender. You're not going to see any quit. And you're not going to see any confusion when it comes to the mission at hand. So you're not going to see games against goddamn Georgia where the final score is whatever Georgia scores, it always seems like a blowout. Whether it's 27-7 or whether it's 55-10, it always seems like a blowout because we're fucking running around in circles like headless chickens bumping into walls. Those days are over. Gone. Guaranteed. So, Penn State. We going to beat Penn State? I don't know. I told my wife the other day, I got on a diatribe in the car, and I said, I think we're going to beat Penn State. I don't think Penn State's all that good, are they? I mean, it's on the road. There's 100,000 people, but so what? What the hell does that have to do with how you execute your game plan? I think that's overrated, and I think players buy into it too much. So, Penn State. The first big game of the Harsin era. I think they're going to win it. I also think they're going to win at LSU. The staff is going to drive these guys to wipe out these ghosts that no one else seemed to care about in years past. Oh, well. I think they're going to beat Penn State. I think they're going to beat LSU. I keep being told that Georgia is going to be a juggernaut this year. Whatever. Don't know. But there's going to be blood on the field. There's not going to be anything left in the tank at the end of that one. So I think you're going to see 9 or 10 wins. I really do. If you see 8 or 7, it's probably going to come down to there was a long field goal made as time expired, or there was an untimely penalty or an untimely turnover. It's not going to be, well, we just got our asses kicked there. So whatever the win total is, whether it's 10 or 11 or 12 or 6, chill out. Good things are happening. Be warm. Be comforted by that thought. Good things are happening. Stop. Once again, stop reading the non-Auburn media. Who cares? There's a what is this? Let me flip over here. There's an article. What is it? It was a good article about Dak Etheridge. Oh, and by the way, how sick are you of Brian Harsin and COVID? Everybody shut the fuck up about Brian Harsin and COVID. Blah, blah, blah. ESPN, just fuck off. Where was this thing? I don't know. Here it is. Chris Doering doesn't have Auburn in SEC West second tier. Fuck, who cares? Who gives a rat's ass what Chris Doering says? Anyway, that's enough talk about that. So I'm going to wrap it up right there. And I will leave you today's stuff to consider. Perhaps worth consideration is the philosophy of not being a subcretinous asshat whilst piloting that 2-ton death missile known as your vehicle. There are so many ways to be an asshole in this world. Pick a few that aren't driving with your goddamn nose in your phone. I watched my wife yesterday. She was on her walk and I was on my run, and we crisscrossed paths along the way, and I watched from about 200 yards away as she would have been mowed down had she not been paying attention, because we are not subcretinous asshats. I watched some diseased, rotten pile of filth exiting his neighborhood, approaching a stop sign, completely buried in his phone. Chin on chest, nose down, looking at my phone, approaching a stop sign where there's a pedestrian crosswalk. Would have run her down had she not been the one paying attention. So look, man, this culture, this cell phone culture, this social media culture, grow up. Put your fucking phone down when you're driving. I mean, really, we are having this conversation these days with adult human beings. That is all. I will leave you with that uplifting message. Perhaps worth your consideration. And with that, I bid you all good day. And incidentally, sorry about the extra 20 minutes of dead air, wrapping up with a reprise of the background music last episode. Sorry about that. Should have paid more attention to my post-production. Anyway, go forth and be decent and be in love with your Auburn Tigers. Auburn Stuff can be found at auburnstuff.podbean.com, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, TuneIn, right on the Podbean app, and lots of other places in the podcast universe, also on YouTube. I encourage you to download the Podbean app, especially because we have the live events coming up. Look for me on YouTube. I'm going to be doing something there at the game next Saturday. I humbly ask for your participation. Remember, it's more important than ever to actively support the things that you love. And I hope you love me, because I love you. Anyway, if you want to drop me a line, the email is auburnstuff@yahoo.com, or you can use that Twitter thing if you're so inclined. I think it's at Stuff Auburn. I think I said my Twitter address last episode. Is it a handle? My Twitter handle. Because I'm all hip. I'm all woke. I'm not witty or clever enough for Twitter. But episode updates go there and random other stuff. So, as I said, remember, folks, actively support what you like. Subscribe, rate, review, give, share. It all helps. Everything helps. If you don't take the 2 seconds to like a podcast or an episode or do a rating or a review or share, it just gets buried. And you want people to know about this, don't you? I know that you do. So as always, I will leave you with the following words. Be mindful, be fit, be authentic. Sometimes it's all you have, but most of the time, it is all you ever need. Until next time, War Eagle, everyone, and see you down the road, live on Sunday. Peace out, homies.